Stadium really is jumping as we start this 2011 season. Brian McLean launched it forward, just shepherded back there by Andy Dowie into the hands. It's been really good to watch the combination play of some of the Falkirk players. Jason Maher never frightened to go forward, gives it to Jack Compton. That's what we want to see. It's what the Falkirk fans want to see. Cuts inside. Oh, almost slips in. Callum Higginbotham, and of course
well, that's what these games are all about. You've got to do that early on. Put your stamp on the game. Well done.
Oh, well stolen by Mark Miller. Now he's got Mark Stewart. Can Falkirk get the perfect start? Through to Mark Stewart. Gets it out of his feet. Forced backwards though.
Hit.
Now Higginbotham. Compton decides to have a drive. Back four. Rowley shares with Miller. Knocks it down the line.
Oh, get it.
Oh, poor pass. Ryan Flynn gets
it in.
Sham Scobie. First time ball across the face of goal.
Oh,
headed behind. Great play, Jamie.
And it was, yeah, again, Dunfermline get caught in possession. A bad touch by the right back, and we just nip in there. A wee 1-2, and Tam Scobie whips it in. Defender clears well, though.
First corner to Falkirk, and Compton will send this one in.
Out swinging here. I think we've got the big guys as well against theirs.
Big guys up. Played
Low.
short. Flynn misses it.
Oh.
Oh, drops to Brian McLean. Flynn can't quite get it. Whoa. If it only for. But no Brian. Oh, great turn from O'Brien. Callis first time to Scobie and back. Good one touch stuff from Falkirk into Higginbotham. Oh, great play from the youngster. Watch it clear to Jack Compton. Watch it back. Played to the far side, but been behind Smart Stewart. Space will get. Comes inside.
Snug it in there.
Mate Compton on the
well
far
done.
side. Great pass.
Take him on.
Takes him on. Plays the ball across. Headed clear. Now as far as Scobie. Square
Touch
to Mark
hit.
Miller. Has a drive.
Strike.
Oh, good save. Now Cardle. Drives the ball in space. There's again Burton O'Brien. Missed by Higginbotham. Youngster has so many high hopes, not had the best of starts. Cardle again. Drives it in, heads into the back of the net. So Dunfermline open the scoring. And it's number. Now Cardle. Goes past two players, gets it back. Brought it down. Referee decides that's a penalty.
Definitely.
Well, Jamie, and you got to say it's the right decision.
Yeah,
a yellow
right
card
decision.
for Jason Mark.
Jason Marsh should never go in for a tackle there. Joe Cardle is just waiting until he dives in, touches the ball by him. You see it coming a mile away. Referee, absolutely no option. Well done. Things going a wee bit wrong for Falkirk. Hopefully Alejnik can save this. Alejnik save this. It will be good.
Well, Andy Kirk lining up. 28 minutes on the clock. Could Dunfermline go two ahead? Save by Alejnik. Well, great save, Jamie.
Yeah, I think I called it. Oh, done, Bobby. Hope they'll sprint in.
Oh, tried to pick out Mark Stewart, couldn't quite get there.
Just had
Flynn
to
picks up
slide
the
it.
loose ball.
Slide it in between the defenders that have been in.
Back to Flynn. Chipped over the top. Good run by Mark Stewart. Oh, good effort by Stewart. Played over the top towards Finnegan. Nods it back into Brian Flynn. Wide to Higginbotham. Drives in. Corner though. David Graham ahead of him. Chipped in behind for Graham to chase. Allowed to get there too.
Well done.
Oh, again, poor play by Tam Scobie, Jamie. He just let himself in that left back position, of course, not his favoured. Good play by Finnegan. Gets it to Flynn. Drives it just past that far post. Well, that's better. Gibson, no mean winger himself, of course, aimed at Duca. Nods the ball down. Finnegan holds him off, but no one really there. Higginbotham, can Higginbotham open them up? Uses Stewart, flicks it to the centre. Oh, Finnegan gets there, header on target. Playing. Ryan Flynn. Well, I thought that was Ryan Flynn's ball, Jamie.
Well, it's a wee bit of a both went in for the ball, and Ryan Flynn came out with it. I didn't think it.
McLean, Duker on the opposite side, clipped in, aimed towards McLean. Gets his head to it, over the goalkeeper, just tipped over the bar. Good effort, Jamie.
It was, yeah.
Gets there ahead of the centre half. Takes it wide. Flips it into Miller. Drives it from there, just over by Miller. Good effort, Jamie. But Higginbotham holds on to it. Goes inside, knocks it into Mark Miller. Uses Duffy. And Brian Flynn moves towards him instead of away from him. Clips it in.
There we go.
Duker. Duker just pushed it over the net. It's a corner to Falkirk. Well, that headed clear. Miller picks up the ball. Two-footed cackle.
It could be off for that, Andy. It could be straight off for that. Even though he's won the ball, they don't take kindly to that anymore.
Two-footed tackle by Mark Miller. I think it'll be a red card for the young player. He'll miss the game against Ross County. Referee definitely got a red card in his hand. Mark Miller sent off right at the death here. So Miller, off he goes.
Back to worse than Falkirk.
Well, Mark Miller dived in there. That's it, full time here at the Falkirk Stadium. Well, Jamie, you've got to say they deserved it.
Yeah. Falkirk never really at the races. Kept the ball well early on, but as soon as Dunfermline started having the playing back to front, Falkirk allowing the centre halves to come off the ball and bring other players into play. They were very good. But then again, they were allowed to do that. You know, it's all about that. They've really got to play a lot better than this. They've got some good players, some good acquisitions. I mean, Matt Miller played really well today, but at the end of the day, you know, he's got himself sent off and they've lost 1-0. So yeah, it should have been 2-0 with a penalty as well. Never struck the ball properly. Good save by Bobby Olejnik, but at the end of the day, it's an absolute rude awakening for Stephen Presley.
Well, the story of the game was after 16 minutes, Dunfermline scored. Joe Cardo managed to get up to Jason Marr, got past him, clipped the ball into the centre, and there was Pat Clark to head into the back of the net to make it 1-0. It could have been worse for Falkirk after 27 minutes when Cardo yet again got past Jason Marr, suckered the youngster into the tackle, drew him down in the penalty area. Penalty it was, but Kirk's penalty was saved by Bobby Olejnik. They lost Willis, and on came David Graham after half an hour. But in that first half, only a shot from Mark Miller from 35 yards that was tipped over the bar was the Falkirk's only effort on target. Half-time 1-0 to Dunfermline. In the second half, right on half-time, off went Marr, who had of course been booked for his incident in the penalty, to be replaced by Duffy, and off went Compton to be replaced by Carl Finnegan. Falkirk certainly came into the game much more in the second half. Carl Finnegan started to win the ball in the air, but really they didn't create anything to cause Dunfermline's defence any real problems. After half an hour, after the hour mark, Callis went off and Kenny Duker came on, but it really was Joe Cardle causing all the problems, and Falkirk were glad to see the back of him in 66 minutes when Cardle and Kirk went off and McDougall and Gibson came on. In the 80th minute, Finnegan and Mason were yellow carded for a bit of a contretemps after Ryan Flynn was fouled in the middle of the park, and then 3 minutes later Finn was yellow carded for a lunge at Callum Higginbotham. Then in the 88th minute, the Falkirk's chance to equalise. Ball was played in, flicked on by Finnegan, it came off Mark Stewart, fell for Kenny Duker, he stuck his foot out, prodded it goalwards, but the goalkeeper Chris Smith was there to tip it over the bar. Miller was red carded in the 90th minute for a two-footed lunge in the middle of the park, and Higgins was yellow carded for his role in arguing with the referee in that incident. So, as Jamie rightly says, a rude awakening for the Bairns. They lose Mark Miller for next week. His red card means he will not feature against Ross County. They do, of course, welcome back Mark Twaddle in that left-back position, and that was a position that Tam Scobie was in. Callis was taken off, then Burton O'Brien moved back there. It was obviously an issue for them, and Mark Twaddle will certainly be back next week. But as Jamie rightly says, a rude awakening for the Bairns. They never really created anything going forward. Their front three of Higginbotham, Compton and Stewart, far too small to play in this league unless you're going to play the ball on the ground. Dunfermline were quite content to suck in the defenders, play it long, and let their forwards win it in the air and play it down to midfield players running on. Man of the match, Joe Cardle. Good performances from Brian McLean and Bobby Ojesnik, who pulled off a couple of really good saves to keep Falkirk in the match. But the disappointing score from the Falkirk Stadium in this first match of the season 2010-2011 is Falkirk 0, Dunfermline 1. Join us again next week from Victoria Stadium in up in Dingwall, where we'll feature on the Falkirk Football Programme live. Ross County versus Falkirk, but the disappointing news is Falkirk lose the first game of this season, and they've just learned how difficult it is going to be to get out of this league. Final score, Falkirk 0, Dunfermline 1.